Welcome to the Link on a Stick online meeting. Firstly, thanks for taking the time to join today. We're hopeful that you'll find this session valuable. My name is Brett Woods and I'm the Microsoft Portfolio Manager at Computer Systems Australia. You'll be pleased to know that after 30 years we've finally reached the tipping point where software-based collaboration can deliver direct, immediate and significant impact to councils such as yourselves. It's for this reason that CSA, in conjunction with Microsoft, have launched Link on a Stick, which is Australia's largest local government trial of Microsoft Lync, extending to over 200 councils across both New South Wales and Victoria. Lync is Microsoft's collaboration solution that includes instant messaging and presence, audio, video and web conferencing, and also enterprise telephony. The benefits of Lync include reducing cost, improving productivity, improving community relations, boosting your environmental contribution, and best of all, Lync is delivered through the similar Microsoft look and feel to which users have become accustomed to over the last 10 years. So just to introduce the agenda for today, we'll open with a series of introductions. First from Gino Capone, who will introduce CSA for those we haven't met yet, and he'll be followed by Kirsten from Microsoft, who will take us through an introduction to Microsoft Lync and also provide information as to how it can be used within local government. We'll then move on to a live demonstration, which will take you through the capabilities of Microsoft Lync and how they apply to councils, to be led by Darren from CSA. A case study will follow, to be led by Sarah Cunningham, in conjunction with Kirsten Gilbertson, which will focus on why councils are adopting Microsoft Lync and probably more importantly, the benefits that they're realising by doing so. So I'll now hand over to Gino to introduce CSA.
Thanks very much, Brett. And let me just take over as presenter. Yes, for those who haven't met us yet, CSA has been in business for 25 years. We were established in 1986, and this year is our silver anniversary, so to speak. And for all of that time, we've been active in local government, and one of our very first customers was indeed a local government organisation. We've undertaken many complex and challenging projects in that time also, and that's made us Australia's leading integrator of risk-tolerant information and communication solutions. We are, of course, a Microsoft Gold partner with multiple competencies and certifications, and we have offices in Newcastle, Sydney and Melbourne, delivering solutions and providing support Australia-wide, and indeed we have customers all around Australia. We're also ISO 9001 certified, so we achieved our quality assurance certification in, when was it now, 97, and we've been audited every year since then. We've also been active in unified communication providing unified communication solutions, that is, for over 10 years. From tile bypass solutions for integrating PABXs into WAN environments to avoid internal calls, to deployment of full IP telephony solutions, integrating or replacing PABXs, providing unified messaging solutions that integrate voice, email and faxes together, and of course customer service solutions with contact center systems over the top of those IP telephony systems, and of course now with Microsoft Lync also. So over those years we've gained quite a depth of understanding of the local government environment, and we've passed that information on into our software development business through providing intranets and information portals and websites, in fact, to local government organisations using Microsoft SharePoint for over 6 years now. We have, of course, have to keep an eye on the future, and we're doing so, and Microsoft Lync is a key element of that to providing communication-enabled business processes, the ability to merge collaboration and content into unified systems is where we're positioned now with our technologies and software development capabilities, and of course the ability to integrate in social networking environments into the business context is something that we're also positioned well for. But those sort of solutions are quite complex in their undertaking, and they require a mature methodology. And CSA has invested quite some time and effort into developing such a methodology, and we call that P3. It's a project management methodology based on the capability maturity model that integrates people, processes, and the products that we use to provide repeatable, manageable, and continually improving abilities to deliver solutions and successful outcomes to our customers. So that's CSA in 3 slides or less. Hopefully that's giving you a good overview of who we are and some of the reasons for why you would choose to work with us. And we encourage you all to get in and take a good look at our Lync trial and utilise the technology and see for yourselves what a game changer this is. Indeed, with the advent of the national broadband network, the utilisation of that infrastructure is something that Microsoft Lync is poised to deliver beyond anything else that's comparable out there. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll pass over to Kirsten now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank CSA for the opportunity to present to yourselves around Lync. And just what I'm going to talk through is today how you can look from a council perspective to understand what the potential business value is for a unified communications solution. So initially going to look at how that fits in the Microsoft portfolio, and you can leverage the licensing, and then some potential business applications for councils. Lync for us sits in what we call our productivity portfolio, and that means that it sits within our Office portfolio. So as part of Office, Exchange and SharePoint tools. And one of the key things to think about here is Lync as a solution enables you to light up all of those Microsoft investments and embed communications into those. So it's all about getting more out of the investments that you have today through your Microsoft agreements. And for us, Lync as a unified communication solution really fits those other Microsoft investments like a glove. And so we provide that experience for users, be that on a PC or a smartphone or through the browser as well. What I'm going to kind of talk through now is some areas that we're seeing applications of these applications of these business technologies for Lync. Fundamentally, there's 3 key areas where we see councils or deploying Lync and looking to deploy, and generally it starts in a single workload implementation, and they add other workloads on as they move through. And that's primarily because unified communications is a change in the way that people work, and therefore there is a change management process that councils need to go through with their users to experience the benefits. And I'll talk through really where we see people from the left to right deploying this and where we see some of the business value. So initially we have message and presence capability, and this is about embedding into applications and onto the desktop awareness of availability as well as contextuality of users. And what you'll find is at home, a lot of through consumerization of IT, a lot of people within the council will be familiar with this through tools such as Skype that they're using to communicate with family and friends. The key thing to think about is as of the instant messaging and presence capability has been part of the Core Cal suite from Microsoft. So if you own Core Cal in your Microsoft agreement, you now have the ability to embed and implement instant messaging and presence functionality across your organisation and across the council. The next phase that we see people or councils looking to deploy Lync is around the conferencing capability. And you're seeing here today a great example of functionality and video conferencing functionality of Lync. And we see a lot of councils start to build their business case around that capability. And conferencing for us fits into our eCal Suite portfolio, or it's the enterprise functionality of Lync. Finally, we're seeing a lot of councils and organisations start to look at Lync as an alternative or a PBX replacement solution for their organisations. And that's all about providing a PBX replacement option that leverages that investment that you've got in Microsoft and leverages the infrastructure that you've built for conferencing and presence. And really what you'll find for Microsoft is we're now at that kind of third generation platform as an enterprise-grade PBX. If we look at where each of these workloads or licensing capabilities start to deliver value for councils and where we're seeing the business case, initially for instant messaging and presence, within the councils we see councils rolling this out just to start to maximise productivity, start to have quicker responses to internal questions or connecting with people. And a key thing about this is the ease of use of Lync as a solution really helps drive user adoption. Specifically within Australia, one of our early adopter customers was Commonwealth Bank of Australia, and they found when they rolled Lync out across 22,000 desktops, they had a 60% uptake within 24 hours. And as this is a change in the way that people work and councils tend to have a more traditional workforce, that ease of use and user adoption is a really key component to think about when you migrate to the solution. Now, one of the things you're able to do just within the council is some of the value we talked there about user adoption or productivity. But when you start to think about how do I remove silos of how the council interacts with ratepayers, there's some immediate things you can do to start to, as a next phase, derive more value out of instant messaging and presence. And the thing we're seeing councils do is enabling this to have a quicker resolution for issues that come in from ratepayers or processing internal, applications and things like that. A really immediate thing that you can do with this licensing capability too is start to federate with public instant messaging clients to communicate with ratepayers, and or the ability to embed presence into websites so that ratepayers can communicate back into the council with the right resource to address some of their. From a conferencing perspective, we're seeing a lot of councils initially build their business case around reduction of travel meetings. And I think this is a really unique business value that we're seeing very much within government and particularly within councils. A lot of councils have a shortage of meeting rooms for internal meetings, or they've got multiple different depots or sites that people have to travel between. And it's not so much while it does reduce travel costs, a lot of it is around reduction in time and getting more out of your day than travelling for a number of internal meetings. And we see that as an immediate benefit that a lot of councils look to deploy in their deployments. When we start to extend that external and look to what else conferencing can bring, definitely the ability to bring in remote participants for external meetings with suppliers as well as other government departments. But also we're looking at councils start to see about how do they extend council chamber sessions for remote participants so that they can start to have a bit more of a pervasive experience for people that participate in council chambers. Finally, for customers or councils